Hello everyone. Ohoro wanyu, como esta, habari zenu, guten Tag, konnichiwa, and all the other greetings. It is Kenyan Hippie back with a new video, and yes, I am all dressed up today. There's a reason. Yeah, today is a special occasion. I'm actually wearing the dress I wore to my rorashio, so it's where hence the shell work. It's part of my culture, the Kikuyu culture. My husband and I are going to be celebrating 4 years of marriage this year, and I think as a special, when he's here for Thanksgiving, we're going to do a little video commemorating how our wedding was and our reflections on it. So stay tuned for that. And yes, the intro song has changed. I just changed the music, nothing else. And that is yours truly. It's part of my Bonnie and Clyde single, my second single. For those who didn't know, yes, I am a musician. I just do it for fun. But to my producer, the beat maker, for pushing me to do that, because I never once thought I was going to be producing professional music ever. I was happily doing my cover songs on YouTube, minding my business, and then he decided to make it a whole thing. Before I begin, if you are a new subscriber or you just popped in today, you're like, who's this lady? Hi, I'm Kenyan Hippie. I hope you're going to stick around and just hear what I have to say and learn something, maybe, and subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much, guys. You have no idea how much your support means to me. Yeah, you do not know. So I really appreciate you all and any new subscriber, really, because I have noticed I have a few people who joined the family. So karibuni sana, welcome. I posted a video I did not think was actually that controversial. It's hilarious that it ended up being so. And it's right here. You can find it here in the description as well. And it's basically a video discussing the migration, the increased migration of woke, specifically woke Black Americans from America to African countries, and focusing on Kenya. And I was examining why, and giving some examples of their viewpoints and why the victimhood is so rampant, and rebuking said victimhood, but also congratulating them for making true on their word to move. Okay, this apparently angered some Kenyans, and when I say some, I mean a lot, because the amount of comments my husband had to filter and put in a folder, I just looked at them and nikasema tu, where? Hey babe, hey, I made people mad. Oh. so tonight we are going to be tackling them. I may not cover all of the comments because there's a lot of them, and I have a feeling there are some that are similar to others. For example, there's this really weird one I got earlier today about, oh, I'm trying to be white. And then I wondered, how am I trying to be white? How am I trying to be white? If you tell someone they're trying to be white, it means you have two things. One, it's an inferiority complex, because you think whatever I'm doing is white adjacent, and I'm guessing I'm doing something positive. I don't know if I'm speaking a certain way or because I'm tattooed, so you associate tattoos with white people instead of maybe the Samoans or something. And two, you're racist, because if you associate someone's skin tone with a certain behavior, then you are blatantly racist. So that's interesting. I know. Congratulations, now you know. And then mentioning my husband in the mix. If you think I think a certain way because of my husband, you're definitely racist, and you're also very disrespectful, misogynist, because why can't I think for myself? And only pathetic people try to gatekeep anything from anyone. I speak out against cultural gatekeeping, but also one of the funniest things is someone telling me, don't come back to Kenya. Honey, not the way it works. See these bracelets? Mnaziona? You see? There's this one that has Kenya and America on it, because I'm proudly Kenyan American. You can see the flags back there. Okay? Kenya Damu. Okay? And there are other things about me that are very Kenyan, very unique, which I don't have to get into. You just know I am a girl from Nairobi, Nademo Yukoyo, but for all intents and purposes, I am Kenyan. Okay, I'm Kenyan and American. And also, what does my accent got to do with my nationality? What are you people smoking? Yeah, if it's Mira you're chewing, please stop. Guy, it's like I have to draw a map for people to explain how nationality works. But anyways, we'll get into that later. Let's get into it. This comment I already read out, someone saying, and his name is Mwagi. First of all, Mwagi, Uratongobe okamuno. Yeah? Uratongobe okamuno. Because what is this? You're Kenyan American yet you were born and raised here. Yes. Yes. So I'm gonna speak in slow motion so you can understand this. Okay, alright. So I was born in Nairobi, nilizaliwa Nai, yeah, nikalewa Nai, nikaenda shule Nai mpaka uni. Then nikahama na ndege hivi shua nikafika Marekani. Unaona hapa? Inaitwa USA, nikafika USA, United States of America. And then nikakaa hapa miaka fulani until I was able to apply for naturalization, yeah? Paid some monies, did some biometrics, nilifanya green card, nikagraduate, nikakuwa nini? Citizen. Unaona? Alafu sasa I can vote. You know what I'm saying? So, but because Kenya and America both allow dual citizenship, I kept my Kenyan citizenship, but I'm also American. So I am Kenyan and American. Therefore, I am Kenyan American. And then, siste chorea hizo yoswa, when I'm Kenya bwana. Yeah, I am Kenyan, but I'm also American. What is so hard to understand about this? Breathe.
Girl, you girl, you just don't know.
Okay, Morage. The funniest thing is these are actually Kikuyus. It's funny when you piss off your own people. Because, you know, on your tribe are your people, you know. Skin folk ain't kinfolk. Tribal folk ain't kinfolk. Nation folk ain't kinfolk. Because some of the things I've heard from Kenyans have left me baffled. Yeah, okay. I am Kenyan Oroaku, Modoa Nyoba. I'm Kenyan and live in a Westall. I don't know what that is. No exactly. That's an interesting spelling. What those black African American are saying. You lived in US for 12 years? Yes. That's not enough time to understand racism deeply. Yeah. Let me tell you. Let's pause there. The most racism I faced in America was from these people you call the black Americans. They were the most racist to me. When I became very outspoken on social media, where the racism I saw, zile matusi nimeitwa nao watu, they have insulted me from north to south, east to west. These people you're making a case for, these people. Yeah. And that was 2020, so that was what? About 7 years after I arrived-ish. And that's because I was on a platform where they feel courageous enough hiding behind a keyboard, okay? So I've experienced racism. And yes, I've experienced it from both sides, but definitely was from them, which is ironic because I thought they were my people, you know? And appreciate the freedom of living in a country like Kenya. I lived in Kenya the majority of my life, up into my 20s. Kenya is not free. Who are we lying to here? Kenya is free where? Because from what I have seen, please correct me if I'm wrong, I've seen when people try to protest, they are shot by the cops. That's not freedom. That is not freedom, honey. America has freedom. The freedom to protest, the freedom to burn flags. Now, thank God, our President Trump has criminalized that offense. Because you're not going to burn your flag here. You hate it so much, just leave. Like these people are leaving, okay? You're still on the honeymoon stage. Right. Also, can I preface this by saying I was a Democrat? Once upon a time, I was as brainwashed as you are.
You were a hoe.
Back in the days.
How long haven't you been a hoe for?
For a little minute. For a little minute.
How long?
But then also, I woke up much sooner than y'all, so I'm very proud of myself. Yeah.
What's up, guys? I want all the Trump supporters to stand up, like, comment Trump 2020, and share this video.
I'm a proud African immigrant living in Florida.
I'm just here to bring the facts. I'm not worried about your feelings. It's the way that y'all react. It goes way beyond the killings. I can focus on.
You know, the Democrats sold me this dream, this woo-lie dream of Democrats are for immigrants and women. They're not. They're for illegals and men who are saying they're women. That's who they're for. I agree the majority of African Americans coming to Kenya to escape racism. Okay, honey. Why are Kenyans coming back to Kenya? You know what? Let's talk about that. We're going to talk about that in a different video though, right? I might want to keep this kind of moving. There are many reasons why Kenyans are coming back. And even them, they're coming back here after living there because Life has changed, the culture is different, friendships that were there before aren't there, and the economy is crap right now. That's just the little summary. One day you'll meet racism head on. I have. Kenyan here. Yeah, I'm a Kenyan too. Okay. So let me get this straight. You're lecturing me, someone who has lived in America for 12 years now. You're lecturing me that I don't know what racism is and you're not even Kanyagad here. Acha maneno wewe, tinga maodo. Please. Morido says, 400 years of lived experience doesn't go away. Honey, no one is 400 years old. I am yet to meet a vampire.
Victoria won't be happy about my killing you, but I can't help myself.
Please, if I am wrong, correct me. But if there's someone who's 400 years old and is alive right now, I would like to meet them. Okay? Because unless it's Lestat, African American version, it's embedded in the genotype. Right, that's a bunch of bull. I am so sorry. Y'all who are victims, please go read this book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This is a man who actually experienced Auschwitz during Nazi Germany. He was a doctor who had to bury so many Jews after they went through whatever they went through at those camps. And he never once played the victim. You are claiming that people have some genotype. Anyway, I'm not going to go along. Zawadi, please stop lying. It seems you don't know the true history of Africa. Do you know Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda was a big blah, 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 were the first countries to be cultured by Arabs? Yes, I do know that. Who said I didn't know about the Arab trade? You people like, you don't know, you just like ongezeaing maninis. You see something I say, let me ask you something. Did you watch my video to the end? Have you watched any other videos on my channel? I'm guessing the answer is no. Right. I have talked about the trans-Saharan slave trade. Okay. Me disagreeing with you doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about, and it doesn't mean I'm ignorant. It means I'm disagreeing despite knowing these things. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Get your facts correct. Not all African Americans are from West Africa. Yeah, the transatlantic trade route went through West Africa. Maybe you should do your homework. Okay. Let our people come back to their roots. Who's stopping them? Did you hear me saying I'm happy they are going? Did you hear me saying that? But that's not where their ancestral roots are. Did you hear any of that? And I said anyone can move anywhere, but they need to be honest about their intention. Did you hear that? Or you did not hear that? Why are you so jealous of them coming back to the continent? I'm not jealous, honey. I'm just keeping it real. I'm saying the reasons they're running away are not really reasons, they're excuses. Positive vibration. Let me stop it right there. Because this positive vibration left a negative comment. They said, you're so unintelligent. It said, I guess they meant sad. Could you, okay, yo, wasi wangu maze. If you're going to try and, I don't know, disagree with me or insult me, could we please try to spell check and grammar check our insults? Otherwise, they don't hit the same. You know, they don't hit the same. I'm unintelligent. That is your opinion, and you're welcome to it. People in Kenya didn't go through a fraction of what Black Americans go through right now, currently. Which Black Americans exactly? The victims? Because my conservative friends would beg to differ.
This message is for Black America. Since you think everything evolves around you, everything has to be racial, everything has got to be black and white, you are stuck in your covetedness. All you do is covet. In the 10th commandments, it says, thou shalt not covet. All you do is complain and point the finger about what everybody else is doing. There's no future in the past. Apply yourself. Strive for excellence. Nothing holds you back. Nothing holds you back because you're black. Don't let nobody tell you your skin is a curse. You will continue to be threatened by black conservatives like myself that speak out to debunk and break down your narratives, to continue to use perpetuated phrases like white privilege and systematic racism as excuses to reasons why you have bad behavior and failure. Wake up. No one is oppressing you besides yourself.
My conservative friends, just like me, are attacked the same way you're attacking me for speaking out. They get attacked by their own community for speaking out. It's why they don't call themselves African American or associate themselves with the left. The Democrats are the ones who are the most victim-minded people on earth. They thrive on victimhood. They vote on victimhood. So I don't play that game, okay? Literally, you enjoy in America, be grateful. I'm not grateful to them. I'm not grateful to anyone who's alive right now. They've done nothing for me. If anything, they're telling me like you to go back home and calling me names because I call out their victimhood. They use up the most welfare. The biggest crimes are in the biggest blue cities which they occupy. So I'm sorry, but no. It's like saying to a woman that was raped that she's lying because the guy she accused did not rape you. Whoa!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, honey. Hey, maze, umeenda mbali na hiyo. You've gone far. Way. You sound like the white saviors, the white allies, because they like to make excuses for this victimhood. They need to validate this victimhood. They take it like it's their own burden. Speak on their behalf. Why are you infantilizing people? Stop it. Kithole, I don't know how to pronounce this. As a person, you should kill yourself. Oh my gosh. A Kenyan wants me to kill my... Wow. You guys, you see, the woke Kenyans are just like the black TVs in America. The love and the tolerance is so real. I can feel it in my bones. So because I pissed someone off and I spoke in a way they did not agree with, they want me to actually off myself. Now Kikuyus too complain in Kenya and all the privilege they have. You see how they're talking about Kikuyus? This is what I'm... Thank you for proving my point. So, there's a video I made recently. Go check it out here. Why Africa Can Never Unite. I spoke on this. Tribalism is so deep in those countries. Look at Kenya. This is a tribalist. I triggered them so much they are telling me to go off myself. But they're also referring to my tribe specifically. So I'm guessing they're a tribe that does not like Kikuyus. This is the nonsense. These countries are trying to pretend they're getting along and singing Kumbaya. If a tribe cannot get along with another tribe in one country, how are you going to unite 54 countries? Try that crap and see what happens. But thanks for proving my point. Again, that video is going to be here. Your tattoo hide your stupidity. Shout out to my tattoo artist, Tyler, man. Tyler, thank you for hiding my stupidity with my tattoos. You must do very good work, because apparently. But it said my mouth says it all. Aww. Man. So to get my mouth tattooed, would that solve the issue? God bless you. Do better. You sound like you're in a lot of pain. Sophie Obiero. Oh, I can already tell. Yeah, this is obviously it's a Kenyan. Oh my God, I clicked here thinking I learned something. Another wannabe MAGA grifter. I'm not a grifter. I'm actually MAGA. I am actually MAGA. I'm not grifting for anyone. Let me get the hell out of here fast and keep studying. She said that, but then she kept typing. So you did not go and study. Shame on you. I'm a US citizen. Luo. Why do you have to say you're a Luo? What has the tribe got to do with anything? See what I mean? Again, what a waste of my time. And yet, you continued typing. So, this person, Sophie, watched for 3 minutes, mentioned how she wasted 3 minutes watching, but kept typing for another God knows how long. This is a very long-ass comment. I'm going to put it somewhere here. And I have lived. Are you forgetting your tenses, love? Now live in California, have a successful Airbnb, and also about to run my own business. Wait. It's a very racist place. You just contradicted yourself. So on one hand, you have a successful business, but at the same time, it's racist. If it was racist, you wouldn't be doing so well now, would you? In a predominantly white state, why would you be doing better if it's so racist? This is a... Thank you for contradicting yourself. I need that because you just proved my point. Systemic racism is a bunch of nonsense. It's in your head. Oh, I also lived 8 years in South Africa. Racism galore. I already mentioned that. They have xenophobia toward even Kenyans. Anyways, I wish you well with your grift, hoping to bring MAGA to your channel. You have TDS, it sounds like. You have Trump derangement syndrome. So I hope the best for you as well, sister. Something about... God, they read the history of US. I have. Why do you think I left the Democrat Party? Go watch my other videos and waste some more time there. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, she believes in a party switch. So that's fun. Anyways, and trauma is transferred. Right. Right. But yeah. You're so ignorant about this topic. Look how messed up Kenya is due to being colonized, not enslaved. The reason African countries are poor is not colonization. Let's get that straight. It is a very pathetic attempt at socialism. Please look this lady up. She's amazing. Her name is Magat Wade. She breaks this down for you.
Line up 100 Africans here, line up 100 non-Africans here. You ask them, why is Africa poor? Today, most Africans and their allies will come up with the usual suspects that side would come up with. Colonialism, slavery, they're stealing our natural resources, racism, yada, 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 yada. The non-Africans who are not allies of Africans would tend to say IQ, low IQ, they fight all the time, they're lazy, they're crooks. And both sides would also say bad leaders, bad governance, we talk about all of that stuff. But do you know what I don't hear from either side? No one will say Africa is the poorest region in the world today because it is the most overregulated region in the world. It is a place in the world where it's hardest for any entrepreneurs to do business, period. I don't hear anyone saying it.
She's from Senegal, has lived in America a long time, has a successful business, and she talks about this bureaucracy and corruption in African countries all the time. Keeping on blaming colonialism is a victim mindset. The reason Kenya right now is struggling, the reason Zimbabwe is struggling right now, it's not because of colonization or colonialism or neo-colonialism or imperialism. It's corruption and bureaucracy. So go do your homework. And said, single women retiring abroad. Wow, this video is disturbing. Why is it disturbing? Because it triggered you? That's a you problem. You're very young. Yeah, I am gonna be 39 this year. Being older doesn't mean you're wiser. I know 50-something-year-olds work like toddlers, so you're not saying much. If anything, I'm embarrassed for you because you're a whole 67-year-old and yet you still have the victim mindset. First time watching you, probably the last. Aww. Someone else telling me not to talk about Black American issues. As long as I live in America and I am an American, I will speak on American issues. Are we clear? Thank you. It's called the freedom of speech, and it's very, very clearly outlined in this here document. This little booklet I got when I became a citizen. I take it very seriously. Just the same way I love my freedom to carry, to bear arms, my Second Amendment, I practice the same way. So you can't shut me up. I was born in Kenya, lived in the States for 30 years. I think you need to understand the history of racism. I understand the history. It's called history for a reason. 2025 America, Black people are the most racist ones. Swallow that. Yes. Black Americans, people have black fatigue. They've become the most racist group in this country. Yeah, HBCUs, affirmative action, CRT, DEI programs. And you think that's not racism? Please spare me. The take on this topic is very political. It's socio-political. Okay, it affects the social lives and also political. You're very slanted in your attitude. Slanted like this or like this. Remove the politics and understand people. Yeah, people make politics. Because you people were brainwashed by Kamala and the Democrat Party, you thought voting for a communist was more important than loving your country and trying to save it from the claws of the Democrats. So people wanted me to vote for Kamala because she's a Black woman and because I'm an immigrant. Yeah, this is what I have to say to that. Yeah. Also, this is my page. I get to talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. Now, to wrap this up, I'm going to talk about why these woke Kenyans think the way they do and shrink it down to a few points. Okay, so number one, there's a strong victim narrative and propaganda that's sold to Kenyans even before they come to the United States. Why do I say this? I know that CNN is one of the biggest media houses in Kenya. It's very unfortunate, but it's true. Kenyans move to the United States and then they become embedded and indoctrinated by the left because the left convinces them, especially those, again, I am grateful that I have lived in red states for most of my time in America. I lived in one little college town once, which is the most liberal I could say, but for the most part I've lived in red states where people carry their firearms very, very proudly. They're very proudly American, so I never got embedded in the indoctrination of the left. However, most Kenyans who move to the States do live in those blue cities and blue states. Look at these people: Texas, California. You see what I'm talking about? New York, Maryland, Baltimore, New Mexico. Very blue cities and very blue states. So they live around these people who cry victim all day. So they get convinced that they're also victims. And even if they know they're not victims, like this lady who said that she has a very successful business, but it's racist. And she just disproved her own point. It's something they don't really believe in, but they tout it and they use it as a talking point because that's what they've been told. And as someone who was supporting BLM at one point, and then I woke up to the realities of BLM and I ran into conservative Black Americans who, again, don't buy into the victim narrative. It was such a refreshing thing to experience, and it helped me wake up. Number 2, woke Kenyans are fake allies. They are giving a fake allyship vibe. The woke victim Black Americans out there. Again, disclaimer, I don't like calling people white or black, but it's just easier for you guys to understand if I use those two terms. I prefer chocolate and vanilla. The talking points they're using, stop telling people they don't struggle,
stop talking down on them, they have more like you, some generational trauma for 400 years.
That's the exact same talking points the white liberals use. The fake BLM allies, same exact talking points. It's crazy to me how similar they are. It just hit me today when I saw some of these comments. I was like, wow. I told my husband, babe, does it sound like a white savior talking? Imagine it's a Kenyan. Wow. So, beware of your fake allyship. You're infantilizing people. Refusing to hold people accountable, refusing to hold them at the same level you would hold yourself is infantilizing them. It's saying, look at you, I'm gonna hold you to a lower standard because you're not capable of doing your best. It's exactly like a white savior telling me, you're voting against your own interests. America is racist. There's a system of racism. It's called systemic racism and it's affecting you. You just don't understand because you're not from here. Exactly why it should be affecting me more. Because systemic racism doesn't care where you're from. It cares that you're black. And you guys, you woke Kenyans, I implore you to go listen to people like Larry Elder, Thomas Sowell, even Candace Owens. Go check them out. For Pete's sake, stop falling down this road and tunnel of victimhood and making excuses for grown people who refuse to take accountability for their own actions and their own behavior and their own lives. I'm tired. Mnanichosha nyinyi. Next, virtue signaling. You know, it's funny that you virtue signal for people who don't even care. This whole thing you're doing, you're touting all these comments here. What do you think you're doing? Because, how dare Kenyan Hippie speak out on things that are affecting Black Americans? How dare you speak on them? And then you're going to call me names, tell me to go off myself. But then what is that doing for you? Do you feel better about yourself after saying all that? I would hope so, because why else would you be doing it? It's called virtue signaling. You want to look like the good guy who's fighting the good fight for the black people. You know how insulting you are to people who don't have a victim mindset, who grew up in this country? Why do the conservatives not have a generational trauma more like you?
If you think all black people are oppressed and a black person tells you I'm not oppressed and you get angry, that's because you're a racist and you think all black people are the same. So if you think that me being black means that I'm having the same experience as, let's say, Malia Obama or Sasha Obama, who grew up in incredibly privileged circumstances, it's because you're a racist. That's it. It's that simple. You're a racist. If you can't understand why all black people don't think alike and you get angry when a black person doesn't think the way you think they're supposed to think, it's not because you care about black people. It's because you're a racist and you're a narcissist and you really think that black people exist to make you feel good about yourself.
Why is it so picky about who it says? I can't do this. Next, these people you are making a case for like this and virtue signaling on their behalf, they don't like you. They will never like you. I know you guys think they make an exception, like, we don't like immigrants except the ones who agree with us and the ones who support BLM and the ones who do this. They don't like you. They don't like you. I've made multiple videos about this. Foundational Black Americans do not like us. And I hate referring to us as a group, but I'm going to, intents and purposes, I'm going to say us. They don't like immigrants. Period. They don't care if you're conservative, liberal, independent, supportive or not. They don't like immigrants. I've made multiple videos on this. Go check this out. The day, August 1st, I think it was, FBAs were actually boycotting African businesses. You think they were going to come up to you and ask you, hey, do you support us? No? Okay, so then we hate you. You think they were going to business, door to door, asking, hey, you from Uganda, right? Right. Do you support us? Yes. Okay, we'll buy from you today. But we're going to boycott everyone else. No, they boycotted all African businesses. Right, okay? Just reminding you, okay? When they make videos like these talking about how Africans are tethers, you think they're excluding y'all? Do you think they're excluding you? You who like to support them so much, right or die? No, they're not excluding you. They don't like you. Accept that. So then maybe you'll wake up and realize, oh, what am I doing here? Right? Like I said, the most racism I have faced in this country has been from FBA and black activists. They have been the worst racists to me in this country. The Matusis they've called me, the racial slurs they have used on me. And to sum this up, shout out to my mom. Hey mom. She's a very big supporter of my channel. And I am so thankful to her because she could have chosen to raise me as a victim. She could have chosen to raise me as a quiet girl who just lets things slip or just let it happen. It's such a prerogative to say something, just let it go. Oh, you know, life is just life. Life just happens. She taught me to be a warrior. My mom taught me to take accountability for my own actions. She taught me to be responsible and to be fair, to be an equalist, to not be tribal. I don't look at people as tribes or, oh, your skin tone this or your ethnicity that. I don't care where you come from. I will never attack you for who you are. I will attack your belief system. I will question your belief system. I will point out your hypocrisy. I will never hate people. I don't hate people. And when I'm told I have an attitude, you can say that as you will, but don't tone police me. This is my channel. This is my page. I'll say whatever I want to say. If you take it a certain way, that's a you problem. Stop taking things so personally. Focus on the facts. So thank you, Mom, for raising me up to be, again, a strong woman who's not afraid to learn, but who's also not afraid to speak out. I am a proud American woman. I'm a proud Kenyan woman. I am not afraid to call out both the woke left and the woke right. Check out that video right there. I am not afraid to butt heads with Kenyans if we don't align. Remember, skin folk ain't kinfolk. Nationality folk ain't kinfolk. Nation folk ain't kinfolk. Tribe folk ain't kinfolk. Just because we're from the same country doesn't mean we think the same. Do you understand me, y'all? Do you understand me? Mnanielewa? Mnanielewa vizuri? Because I hope I'm making myself super clear. So dear woke Kenyans, I don't care. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you call me names in my comment section. I will keep speaking out because someone has to say something. And I hope y'all can wake up one day. Calling me unintelligent and stupid and telling me to go off myself doesn't do anything but just increases my resolve. I've been doing this for a few years now. I'm used to it. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you liked. You guys probably won't like this, but those who like the video, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and share. I love you all so much. I will see you guys in the next one. Kenyan Hippie out.
Maisha no maya